Welcome to Sports Talk with Boogie, Steel, and Chet. We are sponsored by 106 Street Tire and Wheel. 106 Street Tire and Wheel, where you get your tires fixed and repaired here today. We are back, y'all. We've been away for a little bit, but we are back. As you can see, it's the NFL theme song because all the New York teams are repping this week, last week, the week before. We doing our thing. We got Steele that's so excited that he jumped off of the screen immediately. Now, we're talking about a guy who is an avid Jet fan, and the man has been walking around with a bag on his head, and now his team is 4-2. What up, Lonnie? How you doing? Lonnie? Do you miss us?
Oh, yeah.
Chet, talk to me about Daniel Jones, man. Talk to me about Daniel Jones.
I'm loving.
Talk to me about Saquon. Talk to me about the New York Football Giants.
Here's the two things I take away. A, Saquon's back. You can see that the way he's running. He's running like he was a rookie again. But what is impressing me the most?
What's impressing you, Chet?
It's how the defense is playing this year.
Oh, by far.
This is really much a no-name defense if you think about it, that you see. Other than Thibodeau, and
well, the rookie class is amazing.
The
drafting that they did was crazy.
And now we just signed back our favorite.
Landon Collins.
Yep. I think they say he may play this week.
That's right.
That's a possibility. That's going to strengthen.
He blamed Gettleman. He blamed Gettleman for his exit. So
who wouldn't blame Gettleman? Oh, look, he's returned.
Look. Now he's frozen.
I'm frozen now?
No, now you're good. Bro, listen, I know you're excited that the Jets are having a good season, but you didn't have to just jump off the show immediately.
Hello, because the connection was wrong. But before we go any further, I almost forgot some. Hold on.
What'd you forget, sir?
Hold on. Give me a second. I got to transform.
I think I know what he forgot.
Hold on.
We got a transformer on the show?
Yeah, I think I know what he's doing.
What's happening here?
I think I know what's coming out, dude. There it is.
I remember that guy.
Hey,
I remember that guy. He's gone.
That's out of here. That's out of here. Okay.
So
it's done with. That's over with right there.
Wow, that was a little aggressive here. So
over with right there.
So talk to me, man. I like 4-2 and the bag is gone, like thrown away.
First
like you don't even need it for the rest of the season.
No, don't need that now because the receipts. My head coach is keeping receipts, and those receipts is being cashed in as we speak. I mean, that's how we doing it out here.
What's the Jets doing, man? Like, talk to me. Like, what are they doing? Are they doing anything different? Like, what's happening?
First of all,
what up, James?
The Jets and Giants defense. I had to speak on the same time. That's football. That's football defense right there. Oh my goodness, it's glorious to watch, man. And we got those young guys, Williams, Sauce, Reed. Everybody's flying all over the place, bro. It's football, man. You can't. It's nothing like watching enjoyable, decent, respectable football, man. I mean, who can turn those games off? It was a time that we can watch other games. We can turn. We got to put on the NFL package to watch a good game because New York football was nothing to watch.
But you want to know what I enjoyed the most about the Jets game? It had nothing even to do with the Jets game. It's their troll game has stepped up. Their Jets are trolling now. Like this is the world we're living in. That the Jets are good enough to be trolling a Hall of Fame team, a Hall of Fame quarterback and his team.
Yo,
really?
Yo, the young
Sauce Gardner. Wow. He went into Lambeau Field, rocking a cheese head. And then Lazard got upset. Slapped it off his head. That was great. So, tell me, are they that good to be trolling like this? Because that's a super troll. You can't go lose like 2 games in a row after trolling like that.
I'm gonna tell you why I'm a believer. And Zach Wilson is still my question mark.
Okay.
But the way they are running the football, the two-headed monster with Carter and Hall, like the running game is the O-line is protecting. They're making the gaps. The running back is filling these holes properly. You know what I'm saying? Everything is clicking. Every game you see a step further in the process, and all these guys are young. All of them.
That's right.
So you got time to grow. And listen, once that next week is another test because Denver's run defense is pretty stout. So
but
Denver's offense
is struggling, as you saw in Monday Night Football yesterday. Like Denver is good in name, but when you actually look at their offense, it's pretty bad, bro. Like you got one of the most highest paid quarterbacks on the team. You got a stout running team. Mm-hmm. And they're doing nothing, bro.
But hold on, I'm gonna check you, Chet. In the National Football League, about 60% of the players are playing hurt. So I don't care that they're talking about Russell is playing hurt. Either you're well enough to play or you're hurt enough to sit. There's no in between. If he laces up and he puts that jersey and helmet on, that means he's able to play. So we're not using that excuse. I see him throw deep balls, and I don't see the hurt person that they're talking about. Their offense is anemic. But anyway, back to my Jets.
Yeah, I want to break something up when you're done with the Jets, though.
They're blocking punts, their specialty, everything is flowing how the game is supposed to flow. Only thing I'm worried about is, again, our offense is super slow in the first and second quarters. We use it on turning it on to the third. So you can't always play that from behind, hoping for support in the third and fourth. You got to start playing good in the first. And take advantage of teams that are not understanding what you're trying to do concept-wise. But overall, bro, like whoever's not enjoying Jets football right now has got to be out of their mind.
Yeah, you brought up part of my comment I was going to say. Is that yes, the Jets have played well, but have you seen the teams they played against? All the teams that are under 500. Over 500, they've been pretty much dominated.
All right, but let's put a little timeout on that one.
They're playing well. I'm not saying
the Packers.
Don't get me wrong.
The Packers.
Don't get me wrong.
Right? The Packers might be under 500, but is the Packers really a team that you think is going to stink? They might probably win their division still.
I said this to you at the beginning of the year. The Packers are the most overrated team in football.
Really?
Overrated, period.
For how long now?
There's nobody in that division that's doing anything, though.
That division stinks. I can say who's going to win that division. It's going to be Minnesota. You're going to win that division.
Okay. So to combat your theory now, I could say the same thing about the Giants. I could say the Giants have won games by luck. They happen to fall in place, but I'm not going to say that. What I'm going to say is they won the game it was supposed to be played. They played the game. They played a game that was in front of them. They may not have scored 30 points. They may have took some leads and had the ball bounce their way, but that's football. You know what I'm saying? We're not looking at what happened. It's not like basketball and baseball. We're looking at runs and stuff. In football, you're looking at the end score. Who won the game? I don't care how they won. I don't care who they beat. They beat they're playing their schedule because if you look back in the beginning of the season, I think you was one of the people that said the Jets was going to lose their first 4 games.
And what did I say about the Giants? I said that they would actually had a chance to win 2 games out of the first 3, and look what they did. They went beyond.
Right, that's what I'm saying. We don't know. Like, listen, I said this about even Denver. Who would have predicted for them to start like this? Who predicted that the Rams would look the way they look? Who would have predicted
Tom Brady to look this bad?
I'll say something about the Broncos. They are in the toughest division now in football. That you have to give them. They are in the
toughest division in football is the NFC East
right now.
Are you kidding me?
I would say.
And then the AFC East is nothing to sneeze at either. So
let's talk about it.
Let's not go crazy just because the Kansas City Chiefs has been catching some L's, bro. So
you said the AFC will be over in the next couple of weeks.
Next couple of weeks, yeah.
And why is that?
Well, let's see, because did you see the game Sunday with the Bills?
Yes.
Okay. On top of it, big rumors are going around. They're going to be picking up Christian McCaffrey.
You know what?
But the Bills are already good. So them picking up Christian McCaffrey, that only make them a little better. But what I'm trying to say is the way that they run their offense, they run 3 running back offense. So you put Christian McCaffrey there, that actually might mess up the chemistry.
No, they're going to trade. No, the rumors are saying if
Singletary is nothing. Like
they're talking Singletary, Isaiah McKenzie, a first and a second next year.
Again,
you're gonna mess up the chemistry of what you already have to put McCaffrey.
They have a running quarterback, Josh Allen. They have a non-factor. So basically, what works for them is the fact that they don't have to give their running back the football because they're just 3 guys that's happy to be on the team. Now you're gonna have a borderline Hall of Fame running back on your team. Now you're gonna be forced to run the ball.
I think that makes Josh Allen even more dangerous if that happens.
It might make Diggs more dynamic. You never know.
It's already dynamic as it is.
You never know.
I'll say this to you, Chet, also. There was a team that was undefeated a couple of years back, and everybody just knew that they were just going to walk into the Super Bowl. And your New York football Giants stomped them out of commission when the going got tough. So I don't care how good you think a team is. Only takes one game. It's no series.
The Bills were dope. Last year, you saw what happened to the playoffs.
They folded under the pressure. All right.
I wouldn't say that was a fold. That was a great game. That was a great game.
Excuse me. I'm about to say, I was talking when I say folded under pressure, I'm talking about the Pats when they folded to the Giants. They folded under the pressure.
Oh, back. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, that's it, because you have that stupid coach over there, which we talk about. So,
speaking of coaches, like people like to downplay the importance of a great coach, you know. But the New York Giants and the Jets, they're both displaying the difference what a coach can do for a team. Dable has changed the culture of the Giants like crazy, like to a point where I don't even believe the team that I'm watching. And I'm not trying to say that the team that I'm watching is like a Super Bowl team, but the team that I'm watching is a team that's well coached. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's got to the fact that look at what Saquon Barkley does. Now, Saquon Barkley is trying to change the whole culture of how he's perceived in the league because of all the injuries that he's had. So now he's having a good, solid game, not a breakout game, but a good, solid game, and he has the end zone right in front of him. But he's taught, because they was taught this in OTAs, it's team first, whatever the team needs to win. And this is what Saquon Barkley chose to do at the end of the game instead of being selfish.
Non-leads that are close in a very short amount of time. Extra offensive lineman handed off. Barkley spin move. He should go down after the first down, and he will.
Unselfish play like this.
First of all, forget about the play.
Unselfish play. That's just the coaching.
Did you see the spin move?
Oh no. He's having a phenomenal season. Mm-hmm. I might even at that point. I'm not even talking about his uses. I'm talking about the coaches right now. Right? Okay. I'm talking about the coaches.
Yeah. Well, coach of the year is definitely the Giants coach.
Yes, but Salah,
he's a close second. Close second, but
look what Salah's doing.
But the Salah's doing not Salah. Giants coach is doing more with less.
No, he is. But what I'm saying, but look at what Salah's doing. He knows the type of personnel you guys got. Yeah. He's making your quarterback manage the game. He's not putting him in a position to lose the game. So, and that's exactly what Daniel Jones is doing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But Daniel Jones is a little bit more involved, obviously. But you know what I'm saying? But he's not making them turnovers and them stupid mistakes that he normally does.
But why is Daniel Jones not making the stupid mistakes? If you remember in the first game of the season, he threw that interception in the end zone, and the head coach pulled him to the side and was like, "Listen, Daniel, can't throw that. You can't make that pass."
Listen, Tyrod Taylor is waiting to take your spot. So if you keep doing that, Tyrod Taylor will arrive back in here and run himself to death.
Okay. But whatever he said, it worked. Because has he been turning the ball over?
Nope.
Has he been throwing those stupid picks?
Nope.
Has he been fumbling?
Nope. That's what I'm about to say. And he's protecting the football.
Yep.
And then you got Saquon Barkley, who is the focus of the offense. Like when people see the New York Giants and they say they have to face the New York Giants, Saquon Barkley is the guy that they circle. That's the guy that they say, how can we stop? And yet, week in and week out, he has shown his dominance that he did in his rookie season. That's right there is talent in itself, because when you got everybody focusing on you,
and you
know
still can't stop him.
And what? Like takes the pressure off the entire offense. You know what I'm saying? Daniel Jones needed this. He's making his offensive line look amazing right now.
And you know what makes it even more special?
What up, Flex?
You see certain running back, certain offensive linemen grabbing and holding because they're unsure about what their running back's going to do. Saquon is like, listen, guys, this block was in front of you. I got this under control. I'm gonna find a hole. Don't worry about it. This is under control. Keep your assignment. I'm gonna find the running hole for me to go through. And he's doing it game after. I mean, it's not one side. It's everything. He's doing everything. His blocking is better.
He's actually catching passes out the backfield.
Everything he's doing is only problem I see with the Giants next year. Are they going to pay him? Are they going to franchise him? What are they going to do with Daniel Jones? Are they going to pay him?
I think they'll franchise him.
But
franchise who?
But the thing is, the franchise, Saquon, yeah, but they can't franchise Daniel Jones because the franchise tag is actually more expensive than what they're planning on probably getting him.
Yeah.
All right. So what they gonna do for quarterback?
See, that's the thing. Is Daniel Jones going to be willing to do like a 1-year contract, like a one more time, let me bet on myself type of thing? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it all depends because there aren't people that's knocking on the door trying to get Daniel Jones.
Go get Lamar Jackson.
Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. You think the people not knocking on the door for Daniel Jones?
No.
Bro, listen. There's a lot of teams that's going to need a quarterback next year.
Yeah, and there's a lot of good quarterbacks arriving in the draft this year, too.
Yes, draft is big. Draft is deep in quarterback this year.
And right now, the Giants already have too many wins. So they're not getting those guys.
That's my point.
That's why I say I bring up Lamar Jackson. Why would you want to get him?
Listen, Lamar Jackson's going to be looking for a payday.
Listen, I was talking to this.
I don't think the Giants are getting him, though.
I was talking to one of the guys that we talk sports in the gym with, and I was talking about the Jets. I said, well, what did not the Jets and Giants really, but I was saying if I wanted the Jets to look at Lamar, pay him, and he was like, he doesn't see that happening, but he said he does see, which we could talk about. He said he could see Aaron Rodgers going to the Jets with that young core. He said that's the Super Bowl team. What do y'all think?
Why is it the Jets is always the landing spot for aging quarterbacks from Green Bay? What is that? What is that? Is it the green? They want to stay green? Like, what is that?
I think the only reason I'm co-signing on some of what he said is because the Jets has such a young nucleus that you can afford. That's why I said Lamar too. We can afford a quarterback right now. We can afford to pay a quarterback because we don't have to pay nobody for the next 2 years. Our whole core is just rookie contracts. All right, so we could do that, and then we also talked about that with the Giants too. Giants can pick up Lamar, can pick up a veteran quarterback that's in the market too. Anybody but Baker and Sam Darnold, we're both good.
Baker and Sam Darnold are doing so bad that they want to give away their running back. That's how bad they're doing right now.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I wish Lou was on here because it's final, guys.
Yep.
Yankees have advanced to the ALCS. Okay. Congratulations to you, Yankee fans.
Oh, now that they won. There's one thing I want to talk about. Really quick. No, we have various sports shows on our little network here. All right, we got a baseball show. We got a football show. And when basketball season comes, we try to do a little basketball. But right now, this show right here, I'm going to teach you haters out there the difference between hating and corrective criticism. There is a lot, and I mean a lot of Met haters out there, okay? And there's no reason to hate. There's no reason to root for them. I mean, I seen it on the page today. It was so disrespectful. I seen someone said they were root for the Astros. What? How you don't root for? You're a New Yorker. You don't, if anything, you don't root for anybody. You just watch good baseball. But for a New Yorker to say they will root for the Astros, that's almost blast. I almost want to just kick him off the page. Like, what are y'all talking about? You don't have to be a fan of both teams. You can be a fan of one, but there's no reason. I'm saying this. I'm gonna get off this. but there's no reason to hate the other team. None. It ain't nobody on the other team run up in your house and steal your ColecoVision or your Nintendo or whatever you had when you was little. So why you hating? I have no idea. But y'all need to stop.
And this public service announcer is sport by Steele.
Oh my goodness, y'all were making me so mad. Like, first of all, I'm a Yankees fan. And the beginning of the season, who did I pick to go to the World Series?
Hold on. We got some Yankee hate. That's on the page.
Derby's back off last night. Okay.
Here's another one. You know what? When you don't have anything good to say or you can't put together words properly, you always have to curse because you don't have anything to say. So you got to say, "Oh, F the Yankees." Oh, wow.
But see, let's not act like you guys are innocent. Let's not act like you're the little girl trying to get to the dance and then somebody threw something on your brand new dress. You're not the victim here, okay?
No. Let me one
just
second,
like how you're chastising these Met fans, because remember, it's not all Met fans. It's certain Met fans that you're chastising right now. Your fellow Yankee fans need to be equally chastised. Because
let me finish.
The second we lost, the second the Mets lost, we didn't even lose yet. The game was still on. And I can show you the text messages. I can show you the messages on the page. I can show you the posts that people's posted, the memes that were made. And you expect the Met fans to just sit there and say,
No.
Good job, Yankees.
Have you seen my post the other day? I am no longer a Yankee fan. I have changed my status to Yankee supporter because Yankee fans are disgusting. They're actually worse than Mets fans. All right? To boo Aaron Judge because he struck out, disgusting fans.
You want him to arrive back to the team?
Of not getting Judge next year.
You know what?
You want him to arrive back to the team?
So, he ain't coming.
And I wouldn't believe as New York, and let's just go right back to New York.
Let me call him up. Yo, Aaron, man, just go to Queens.
He pretty much said,
just go to Queens.
He says, I have no reason to be here anymore.
Let me answer the phone. Hey, Boog, this is Aaron. What's going on, man? Already signed with the Mets.
I wish our co-hosts were here joining us right now, either Lou or Billy, and hear their opinion what Steele is saying. I would love to hear that.
Yankee and Mets fan.
We have some actual baseball talk of why the Astros will win. Astros will win because you have no pitching. You'll be swept. You'll battle, but you'll be swept.
Wow. I don't know about that.
The only reason I'm worried about the Yankees is because how the schedule set up is like they don't have the Astros have been resting for basically 5 days.
Rest is overrated, bro. Rest is overrated.
Yeah, rest overrated.
Okay.
You know why I say rest is overrated? Rest didn't help the Dodgers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rest didn't help the Braves.
Yep.
You're right.
So let's not talk about rest. Okay, rest is not an issue. What you should be saying to defend your team is, I think Garrett Cole finally got it together. Garrett Cole finally had his Yankee moment so far by pitching a dominant 7 innings in playoff time. That's what you should be saying.
Also, he didn't panic in the jam. He didn't panic. It was like the second inning, I think. They had man on first and second, whatever, and he calmly pitched through it. So you're absolutely right.
Saying.
You're absolutely right.
You should be saying maybe Cole is turning the corner. Let's wait and see.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's see if our pitching is. Let's hope that all this season we can save them to 5 innings. Now we can unleash them in the playoffs to pitch as long as they want because their arms is rested. Say that.
All those things go into a good management core, a good manager. Obviously, the Yankees had a plan. So far, so good. That's all I can say. You know what? The Astros, they have a good team. What was the best team in Major League Baseball this year?
The Dodgers.
The Dodgers. Where are the Dodgers right now?
Sitting down. See, this is the thing. And this is what stinks too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you wanna consider the regular season important, but things like this just makes the regular season like really not important. Just put yourself in a position to make the playoffs, and that's it. Because like I said, like Atlanta Braves has been on fire for like the whole second half. On fire. You know what I'm saying? The Mets won 101 games and didn't finish first. They both had 101 games, didn't finish first, and they're both sitting down. Dodgers had over 100 some games sitting down. But then you have the Phillies who fired their coach at the beginning of the season.
I wonder who that was.
Right? Traded off a whole bunch of players, and here they are, still alive. The Phillies.
Let me jump in there because
hold on. Houston, who everybody wrote off because they lost all these players, Ross Springer, they lost all the big names, right? The cheaters. So now they're gonna get extra harsh treatment. They got Dusty Baker, the man who can always take people far but can't win. Look what they're at right now. Like nobody expected Houston to be here. You just consider Houston to be a Yankee killers. But now the Yankees have to prove that that's a falsity because now they gotta face Houston.
So here's the thing.
I wanted
to bring up the Phillies, like you bring it up. The Phillies all year, like I said, once they got rid of Girardi and they kept Rob Thompson, they bought into what he did. Okay, they were underproducing the first half of the season. They've got good enough talent on that team. Okay?
So is Girardi a bad coach? Because as soon as he left, they started with it.
Exactly. Because the one thing that happened is their pitching showed up finally, other than Zach Wheeler.
Well, that's my problem with baseball. That's my problem with baseball. They didn't do anything different.
Noah Syndergaard. That made me sick looking at Noah Syndergaard in the playoffs with the Phillies out of all teams.
But anyway, I mean, Chet, listen. That's why I love baseball, man. I love it and hate it because to me, what Boogie said is absolutely correct. Baseball doesn't matter during the regular season. It means nothing. When you gotta play a series, you gotta beat a team 3 times, 5 times. This thing ain't easy, man. You know what I'm saying? Look at the Guardians starting pitcher. He could last an inning.
Yeah, that was I can't believe Francona, of all things. Why would you not start your best pitcher who is available, Shane Bieber? I don't get that.
Well, they were saying why he didn't go with a start. He shouldn't have went with a start. He should have just went with.
He should have started Bieber.
Right. Again,
the best pitcher.
I'm happy he didn't.
Yeah, when I saw that, my head dropped. I go, now the Yankees can't blow this.
Exactly.
With that they got.
So again, that's coaching again.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's coaching again.
But he's a World Series winning manager.
I know.
So you can't really second guess.
We got a surprise guest.
Who's that?
Surprise guest?
We got a surprise guest. Look what the Yankees have brought into the room.
Bring on the Houston Astros and let's go.
Who is this guy?
Yo, Billy, please explain to me what is going to be different in this series with the Yankees versus Houston, knowing that Houston has had their number all season long. What is going to change here?
I'm going to use the analogy I've been using for the last month.
Okay.
It's Rocky and Clubber Lang.
Okay.
It's time for Rocky to go back in the ring and take out Clubber Lang. The Houston Astros have been our Clubber Lang for far too long now, and it's time for Rocky to knock him out. We're going to the World Series.
I pity the fool.
The one thing I'm going to say, it's not going to be easy. The Yankees just won a series where they hit 182 as a team.
Yeah.
But
they got to be better.
But their pitching stepped up.
Exactly. The pitching stepped up. Nesta, I said this morning, this is either going to be a genius move or a move the Yankee organization is going to be ripped for the next 6 months. And
it worked.
He came out
smoking.
It worked, and he just did the job. The bullpen, Loizaga was throwing 100. Wandy Peralta is the MVP of this series.
Yes.
Anybody on offense, Cole was great. Bader, no. To me,
No.
Wandy Peralta.
Yes.
But let's not act like Cole's performance wasn't a game changer, because not for nothing, he's supposed to be the leader of the pitching staff. He finally went past 5 innings. He pitched strong baseball for the first time in pressure situation for the Yankees. So I think Cortez took that as motivation, and that helped you guys.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely. I mean, Garrett Cole did.
He set the tone.
He did what this contract was for.
Finally
showed what he was given this contract for in these 2 starts. And I don't know if anybody noticed. I know you guys were busy in here. He was throwing in the bullpen in the 9th inning, ready to come in. If it got past Stephen Kwan, you were going to see Garrett Cole come in.
Yes, I saw that.
I didn't see that. It was a good eye. Let me ask you something, Billy.
Flex, you gonna leave us for Boston 76ers, bro?
Here's something wrong with it. Don't pay him no attention.
You're crazy. You're a Nets fan.
Whose fault was it? Because me and my wife was talking about it when Aaron Hicks got hurt.
Oh, it was Hicks's own fault.
Okay, thank you. That's all I was there. Thank you.
At least put it this way: from the camera angle I saw, I blame Hicks. All I saw was Cabrera screaming, "I got it! I got it! I got it!" Now I know it's always the outfielder's ball, but at the same time, you have to have a little common sense and not crash into someone that, for whatever reason, if you're saying something, they're not hearing you. You're the one that can see him. He can't see you. So to me, it's your own fault. Like you saw him coming at you. He's looking this way. He's not looking at you. He's
tracking the ball.
You know where he is. He doesn't know where you are.
Right.
To me, it's the outfielder's fault. But if you're called off, that's the outfielder's ball, because they're the ones with a better angle towards it.
Right. They're coming in, right.
But at the same time, I didn't see a camera angle that showed me Hicks ever called for the ball.
They never did.
What I saw was Cabrera. I saw 3 different camera angles, and every one of them was Cabrera going, "I got it, I got it, I got it."
Yes, I agree.
I can't even argue with you, because that's all I was like.
I agree.
Every angle, like you said, he was calling for the ball. And he called for at least 4 or 5 times easily.
Yeah.
Even if you're trying to call him off, it's got to be to the point where you see he's coming into you and he doesn't hear you. Back off. Like you gotta. If you can see the person, you have to use some sort of common sense.
Common sense, yeah.
Like, is Cabrera wrong if Hicks is calling him off? Absolutely, it's the outfielder's ball. But
Absolutely.
at the same time, in the heat of the moment, just because he's wrong doesn't mean you keep running into him.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you
common sense. That's common sense.
Let me ask you a question, Bill. I brought this up to you the other day after the first couple of games. We were talking about Aaron Judge. Okay, after he went 1 for 9 with the 8 strikeouts, and everybody was getting on his case. What do you think he's going to do if they lose this series, say to Houston? What do you think he's going to do next year?
I don't know. I think he wants to be here. To me, I haven't seen anything that says he wants to leave.
Even when he hit the home run, you seen him kissing the Yankee symbol. Like,
but I do believe the Yankees are going to be smart about this, and I believe they should be. I've said from the beginning, I have no issue with the money per year. You want to give him $48 a year? I'm fine with it. It's not my money. That doesn't bother me. The thing that I don't want to see is I'm not giving him 9-10 years. No. If somebody else wants to do that, let them do that. History is on my side with this. There has never been a contract of that length given to a 30-year-old or older player that's ever worked out. So go ask Audie Moreno if he would take the Albert Pujols contract back right now. He absolutely would.
So
go ask Seattle if they would take the Cano contract back right now. They would. Ask Cashman if he would take the second A-Rod contract back right now.
So what would you offer him? 6 to 7 years?
I have no problem going 6, 7, giving him. If he wants to be the highest paid player per year in the game, I have no problem with that. He's earned it. But I don't want to see this contract lasting past 37, 38 years old. Now, if you want to do similar to what you did with Sabathia after that, and he's still productive, and you want to go 1-year deals after that for another 2 years, and he retires at 39, 40 a Yankee, I have no issue with that. But you have to be smart here. The Yankees, whether anybody wants to see it or not, The Yankees have big money. Cole,
Yeah.
Stanton. The Yankees have big money contracts. They're paying, and they still need to field the team. We need pitching. Like right now, our pitching staff came relatively cheap. If we decide after next year we want to keep Frankie Montas, that's going to cost us. Bringing Severino back is going to cost us more than the $10 million a year he's making right now.
You're going to save on Chapman, though.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
And then what I brought up to Billy's also is that if you're going to sign for that late the contract, you're going to have to probably let 10 to 12 guys go.
You're gonna save on Chapman, but you still have to replace him. Because remember now, Chapman, Britton, both free agents after this season.
You have Schmidt. Clark Schmidt also.
Chapman already said that he's
Clark Schmidt's under team control. He's not a free agent. He might be arbitration eligible. I don't even know if he's that yet.
Who cares about Chapman at this point?
Right now, what you see in that bullpen is basically what's under contract. So they're going to be looking to add a big name reliever. They're gonna possibly be looking to add. I'll tell you this right now. The Yankees are going to at least have a conversation with Edwin Diaz. I will guarantee that. Because any team not named the Cleveland Guardians that doesn't have a conversation with Edwin Diaz is doing themselves a disservice.
And any team who doesn't have a conversation with Aaron Judge is doing themselves a disservice.
No,
okay, Mr. Cohen. All right, Cohen.
I find it totally different. Because the difference in the two is, look at the Mets right now. The Mets have a lot of holes to fill. That team's going to look really different next year.
Yes.
And you don't want to get caught up in this Aaron Judge thing that isn't going to end quickly. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. But you know what? You know what the problem that I saw?
Like Steve Cohen's going to spend money. I get it.
Right.
Guys, Steve Cohen's not spending $400 million on free agents this year. It's not happening.
No. Let me tell you something, man. As a Met fan, like it's hard to complain about the season, but obviously there were times, too many times, that we had good pitching and the bats just went quiet together.
Oh no, exactly. But you got to remember, you had good pitching. 4 of your starting pitchers are free agents.
Yeah.
Your closer is a free agent. To me, Diaz,
actually, three, because Bassett got re-signed.
Bassett has has a player option.
Yeah, that's already been
he hasn't. The Mets picked up their end of it. It was a mutual option. The Mets are exercising the club option. Bassett has not picked it up, and they keep saying he's going to decline it. So even say he does pick it up, you still need 3 starting pitchers, and you basically need an entire bullpen because Joely Rodriguez is the only reliever under contract.
Right, but they're definitely going to bring back Diaz
and Nimmo, and you need a center fielder, whether it's Nimmo or someone else, and the DH because I don't know if you bring Vogelback back or whatever the case.
Hold on, say that again 2 times fast.
We'll back.
Well, yeah, I don't know what you do there, but the Mets have a lot of holes to fill, to me, moving one of your best players for a second time in 2 years to bring in Aaron Judge just doesn't make sense. What are you going to do with Marte then? Now you're going to tell Marte, oh, now we think you're okay to put. Now we like you in center field because we signed Aaron Judge. Or now we want you to go learn how to play left field.
Marte's willing to do whatever.
I know, but you still have Canna, and you have got again, Aaron Judge is a fit on any team, but I think the Mets. If you turn around and told me the Mets re-signed DeGrom, re-signed Diaz, and signed Trey Turner, I think you had a better offseason than you do going after Aaron Judge.
Trey Turner would be amazing in a lineup with Jeff McNeil. Man. 2 guys who are contact hitters and hard to strike out.
Trey Turner, Jeff McNeil, Francisco Lindor, Pete Alonso. That's a damn good.
And Billy, isn't Alonso arbitration eligible this year? I think, isn't he?
But I ain't gonna lie to you. I like what these other teams are doing, taking these young guys, giving them extensions before it's too late. I think the Mets should consider taking care of Alonso and McNeil.
The Mets, everybody's got to start following the model of the Atlanta Braves. And that the Atlanta Braves are the best run organization right now, and maybe in all of sports, definitely in baseball. Like what they've
Houston
done,
a close second because I didn't expect them to be good this year.
and the amount of money they've saved, and what they've done is well, Houston just cranks them out through the farm system. Houston doesn't even do what the Braves do with cranking them out of the farm system, the contracts, and everything else. I mean, I got to give credit where it's due. And you're right. The Mets should do that with Pete Alonso. The Mets should get Pete Alonso signed now.
Like McNeil. Same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree. But the Mets had that this Met team was built for this year. They're still going to be competitive. They're still going to be one of the favorites in the National League. But they are going to look very different next year.
I'm not upset with that because, like I said, I didn't have much to complain about. We won 101 games. But, like, you know what I'm saying? We want to improve. So if you want to improve, I mean, don't get upset. I just want them to improve. You know, nobody got to throw knives and plates and stuff.
No, exactly. I mean, I
just want them to improve, man. And if that's different, that's cool.
I've been saying it for a while. If the Mets lose DeGrom, the best replacement is Shohei Ohtani. Because Shohei Ohtani replaces him in the rotation.
He would take over the New York.
And is your protection for Pete Alonso in the lineup.
He would take over New York.
Let me tell you something. I would literally throw up in my mouth.
He would take over New York. You don't like Ohtani?
I would be mad.
Oh, because you're a Yankee fan.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, to me, realistically, that is your only real replacement for DeGrom if DeGrom was to leave. That's the only way
even if we bring DeGrom in, find a way to get Ohtani. Please.
Oh, yeah.
Please. Please.
I love that Ohtani.
Baseball gods, please.
I personally think, I mean, call me crazy, and I'm not saying it because I'm a Yankee fan and I don't want him to leave. Ohtani is a better fit for the Mets than Aaron Judge.
I'll take that.
I'll take that. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because we need bats and pitching, and he does
Mets
both.
The Mets need a bat. The Mets need pitching. The Mets need a bat. They don't need that bat to be an outfielder. Because the one thing they do have is corner outfielders. They don't need – they have two very good, capable major league starting – like, they have other areas of need. And, I mean, if you can go out and get a guy like Trey Turner – I mean, remember, Trey Turner came up. He played center field.
Yes.
For the Nationals when he first came up.
Yes, he did.
He played second base for the Dodgers last year when Corey Seager was there, when he first went to the Dodgers. I bet you he could probably play third base too. I mean, the Mets have places they could put a guy like Trey Turner, and he would help that team immensely.
Billy, I got a guy you can't get Ohtani that you can get. I would say on the cheap and an Ohtani. I think he would be a good fit for the Mets also. And I think it would help Alonso. It's Jose Abreu.
Oh yeah, but that's if he's willing. I mean, he comes in as your DH, and I think that would be a great move for the Mets.
Yeah, I like Jose Abreu.
To bring him in, he could DH, maybe play 20 games a year at first base.
Yeah,
at this point in his career, that would be a good bat that wouldn't break the bank.
As I say, if you can't get Ohtani, that's what I would.
He's another guy. Honestly, he's gonna have a lot of He's gonna have a lot of suitors because you have a DH in both leagues now. You're gonna see guys like that. They're gonna have a lot more teams looking at them because of that fact. Because they have, now. I mean, I say now that could always leaves a trade market for Stanton open right now. Because now both leagues have the DH.
What do you think, Steele, about Stanton for next year?
Yo, Stanton is such he reminds me of someone that is there when you don't need him, but when you need there. I would love to see Stanton go somewhere else, especially if we have Judge. We don't need Stanton and Judge. I don't think so. Anyway.
Who says that?
I say that because, to me, like I said, Stanton, to me, he's never there when you need him. Like, I'm not saying this series right here, he definitely stepped up. I'm not going to lie about that. But during the season, like...
Ain't this the time to step up?
But when we needed him in August, he was invisible.
But you need him now. You didn't need him in August.
That's not true.
No, the Yankees did need him in August because the Yankees
needed him in
had
August.
a very bad streak in August. And
but you guys' lead was so crazy.
But
it was down to 4.
Lead or not, you don't like to see bad baseball. And that's really what it comes down to. And me, I've never been a huge Stanton supporter. I didn't like the move when it was made. But I look at it now, I look at it a little different. If you're going to get rid of him, you're talking about your cleanup hitter. If you're going to get rid of him, what are you replacing him with?
Exactly.
Like, I'm not getting rid of Stanton for you to tell me we're going to sign Vogel back to be the DH next year. No. That's like I need to see, okay, we got rid of Stanton's contract and we used it to bring in Trey Turner or Correa. Like we used the money. We used the money for something like that. Then you tell me, then I'm okay. But getting rid of him to really just replace him with 5 middle-of-the-road players, no, that's not what I'm looking for. And the Mets, in certain ways, the Mets did things like that last year. And you see where offensively all year, that's why they had the holes in the lineup. The Mets went out, they signed Starling Marte, and then it was, okay, we're going to go get bats like Cana and Escobar. We're not going to get a big hitter to put in this lineup. And all year long, the Mets were missing that big hitter to protect Alonso.
Yeah.
I don't want the Yankee lineup to look like that.
Well, wasn't that supposed to be Lindor?
Lindor did amazing, and he bats before.
Lindor had a great. Him. I can't say nothing wrong about Lindor.
Lindor had an amazing season.
Lindor was never going to be.
But he's not going to protect Alonso. He's going to hit before him.
But isn't that
He's a table setter.
Okay.
You need somebody to protect him, which means behind him.
Behind him. You're right. But my problem is not really Stanton, it's Hicks. But what are we going to do with Hicks? I mean, he's like
I don't think you see
he's gone.
Hicks back next year.
Yeah, he's gone.
I think the Yankees they're going to figure out a way. I think it's over. I mean, you don't take a guy like that and bench him at the end of the year, bench him for the postseason, basically, and bring him back. I mean, and it's the same thing I think you're going to see with IKF. I mean, the biggest move today that spoke volumes was Hicks leaves the game. They didn't move Cabrera and bring in IKF. They brought in Marwin Gonzalez.
Yeah. I was wondering what was that? I was wondering what that was about.
I mean, today couldn't have gone better. The one move I don't agree with, and the one move people got to understand, I didn't agree with hitting Carpenter for Marwin Gonzalez when they did. And the reason being is Matt Carpenter has now had 2 at-bats in the last 2.5 months.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen there?
Yeah.
Like, it's just it's not we don't need him on the roster. If DJ LeMahieu can play the field, I'd like to see DJ LeMahieu replace him
on the active roster?
ALCS roster starting tomorrow in Houston. Because he's not going to play the field. And it's just, you're going to put him up tomorrow in a big spot against Verlander for his 3rd at bat in 2.5 months. Like, what do you really think you're going to get? It's not fair to the player. Like, he's swinging tonight. He looked lost up there, and rightfully so. He's seen 8 major league pitches in 2.5 months.
Yeah.
Absolutely correct.
So right now, let me get you guys' opinion on this series coming up. Your thoughts and your picks and everything like that with this series coming up.
We're talking about Houston and Yankees?
Yeah, Houston and the Yankees, yeah.
That's going to be – I think it's going to be a back and forth series, man. Because, like I said, they have the Yankees' number somehow. I think the Yankees are still undercover really mad about the cheating thing with this team. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's a little bit more personal for them. I just hope that don't get in the way of what they're supposed to be trying to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, if your pitching stays the same as far as being solid the way they've been in the playoffs so far, and they can't bat any worse. So if they improve a little bit with that, they'll have a shot because Houston's going to hit in tough spots. They got the bats.
I feel like if the Yankees are able to jump out to early leads like they did tonight and control the pace of the game, I think they'll be all right. If they let the Astros jump early, it's going to be a very short series.
That's a very comeback team, man.
No, I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying I need the Yankees are not a good comeback team.
You need the starters to pitch far in the game because once they get into that bullpen, bro, it's going to be shaky for the Yankees.
I just need for the bats to stay to get hot. Right now, the bats are as cold as a winter's night, in my opinion. We got 2 good hits that to solidify the game today, but we need more than 2 hits.
Is right. I mean, the Yankees have to hit. As good as the pitching is, the pitching has to be better than it was in the series. Put it that way. As good as it was to go into Houston, win. We got to win at least 2 games there. The pitching's got to be better than it was here.
Yeah, my 2 picks. Bill, you brought up one was the Yankees pitching going, like I've been saying along, go longer than that. But the other key is, to me, if you get to that Houston bullpen, okay, you got a good shot of beating this team. Because their bullpen is not strong.
That's what it is. I mean, you have to get in there. You have to make the pitchers work. You got to get into the bullpen. You got to get those starters where they're vulnerable, and you got to get them in the 100-pitch area and get them out of those games. But you have to hit. You have to come up with the big hits because you're not beating Houston hitting 180. And I'm going to be totally honest with you.
That's 100%.
I'm real curious to see what moves the Yankees are going to make with their roster now. The only pitching move I can see is and I don't even know what you do with them at this point if Montas is healthy and ready to come back. But again, I don't even see they're not going to put him in the bullpen. You're not going to use him out of the bullpen where he's never pitched before and it's coming in the ALCS and we need you to go there. But the roster itself is going to be a little interesting to me.
Right.
I don't think we're going to see Benintendi. I heard he got a cortisone shot 2 days ago. It's not looking good. I don't think we see Benintendi. The biggest question to me now, though, is do you see Peraza? And the answer to me after this IKF situation, I say yes. It's the one thing Aaron Boone and whoever else made this decision in the Yankee organization drove me nuts about in this series. If you were ever, especially after 2 or 3 games, going to turn around so quickly and bench IKF, why was Peraza not on the roster over LeCastro? He could have pinch ran, and he's just as good of a base runner as LeCastro. You were never intending to put LeCastro in the outfield. Why not use Peraza? Peraza is the better bat of the 2 between him and LeCastro.
Mm-hmm.
All the signs indicated that it should have been Peraza's roster spot. And now I'm very curious to see what they're going to do right now.
I agree.
Can't be mad at that.
Like I said, it's going to come down, like you said, Billy. They got to hit better than 180. That's what it comes down to.
Now you got to remember too. If Hicks is out, Cabrera's your left fielder. So are you going to turn around and all of a sudden now try to say it's okay with IKF? No. As crazy as this sounds, if Hicks is out, Peraza's got to be playing shortstop tomorrow night. I don't think they're going to do it. I think you may see Peraza on the roster, but I think tomorrow night, if Hicks is out, you're going to see IKF at shortstop because the Yankees just don't do things like that for whatever reason. They'll go the blind loyalty with what got them there and stuff like that. They won't make the drastic move. But I think in this situation, the drastic move may be the move that's warranted.
All right, so let me hear what's your prediction? How many games?
Yankees in 6.
Steele?
I agree.
Bug?
I think it's going 7.
I agree.
But
why are you thinking?
They're in. Who's the last? What's game 7? They're in what?
Game 7's in Houston. It's 1, 2, 6, and 7 in Houston. 3, 4, and 5 in New York.
The Yankees have to win 2 in Houston.
Why
you have to win 1 in Houston?
I might go.
I mean,
sweep at home. I said 2 before I was incorrect. The Yankees have 3. The Yankees have to win 4 games. They have to win. They have 3 at home, so they technically have to win at least 1 in Houston. If they win 3 at home.
I would feel a lot more comfortable if they won 2 in Houston. But okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Bug. While you're thinking about it,
I think Houston in 7.
I'm going Houston in 5. Just because, like I said, the main two reasons are going to be
Still, is he?
the Yankees is the Yankees hitting. It's the Yankees hitting. Okay. Plus, you've got a great manager on the
Still,
other
is he
side.
one of the
Dusty
Met haters
Baker.
that you was talking about?
You got to remember that.
I mean, I give Dusty Baker all the credit in the world.
Dusty Baker's amazing.
The Yankees just had a bad series, yes.
Right.
But the Yankee offense as a whole throughout this season, you can't call them dead yet. There are years that at this point in the season, you can absolutely say the Yankee offense has no chance of bouncing back. I do not believe that right now for a second. There's one thing this team earned this year is the trust that they can turn that around. And I'm not saying they can't. I'm saying they need to. This series is when they need to turn it up because you're not going to be able to do what you just did with Cleveland hitting 180 and winning a series. But they don't deserve to be buried yet. And what you saying Houston in 5, you're burying the Yankees right now.
Let me say something. I'm so happy.
You said they're going to win one game.
I'm just
Chet's
saying
getting attacked, baby.
That's what's going to hurt the Yankees.
Yo, Chet has been wrong so much this year. I'm happy he said that. Yo,
That's my prediction.
Yo, I love his prediction.
I don't think there's going to be blowouts, Billy. Don't get me wrong. I don't think there's going to be blowouts. I think you have a lot of close games.
Saying they only have a chance to win one game and naming their offense as the primary reason is burying them. But they don't deserve that. There are plenty of Yankee teams in the past decade that have deserved to be buried by this point in the year because they just haven't been good enough and they haven't gotten the big hit. This team has done that this year. From opening day when Josh Donaldson did it throughout the season, this Yankee team got plenty of big hits, scored plenty of runs, and showed they are not really, even though they played a one-dimensional series right now with Cleveland, they showed they don't have to be a relying on the home run team, home run or bust team, whatever you want to call it. They're not, it hasn't been that one-sided this year. And so to bury them like that, right, and saying you don't think they can turn it around, I don't believe that because not for nothing, aside from Verlander, nothing, and Verlander wasn't even that good. The Houston Astros pitching in this past series did not impress me at all.
Okay.
No, listen, the only thing I worry about, I'm worried about is Mr. Torres running the bases. That's the only thing I'm worried about because that man will run out.
I mean, there's plenty to worry about. I mean, if Mike is out there, you're worried. Torres at second base always leaves you a little worried. But again, I mean, Verlander lost in the Seattle series. Framber did not look that great in that series. I mean, Houston's pitching right now is not a source of strength for them at the moment in this last series. Maybe they'll get a little more on track. Maybe that the bye hurt them a little. I don't know. They deserve, again, I will say the same thing about Houston's pitching as I said about the Yankees hitting. They can turn it around, absolutely. I mean, to me, Verlander's the American League Cy Young Award winner this year. No question about it. But at the same time, they didn't look anything where we should be saying the Yankees have no shot to win this series.
Right. Well, we got a whole week to the next show to figure out who was right and who was wrong. All right? Because we're going to be knee deep into that series by next week. So we're going to know who was bugging and who was not and who's being truthful. All right? So now, since this is the end of the show, I just wanted to throw in this NBA started today. And, we got Boston and 76ers going right now. And you got the Lakers and Warriors going later. And then tomorrow, the Knicks lace up for their first game with the King of New York. R.J. Barrett with his new girlfriend out here trying to take over New York City and tell Randall to take a back seat. And then let's also not forget that the New York Rangers and the New York Islanders have started their season. The Rangers 3-1, scoring goals left and right. I know, but, it's neither here nor there. But let us enjoy the season. Let us get ready. And you got your show tonight, right, Billy?
Nope.
No show tonight? All right.
No, nothing's going on tonight.
Okay.
We will be coming to you live. Football will be back Sunday morning at 9 a.m.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So you heard it here first. Sunday morning is 9 o'clock. We're going to have a football show. Obviously, you got to listen to these guys because, you got Billy and then you got the Mush. Lou with him. So whatever, this is my advice to you guys. Whatever Lou picks, pick the opposite. You're gonna win a lot of money.
And one other thing I want to bring up to Billy while he's there. Okay, I want to wish him and his wife. I saw it today. Happy anniversary to you.
Happy anniversary, Billy.
How long is it?
Anniversary.
Thank you, guys.
Definitely.
How long has it been? How long have you been?
9 years.
9. Oh.
9 years in prison. All right, everybody. I see you guys next week. And fellas, thank you for the time. And we'll do this again.